Good morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals, IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals, IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seekers, today I am your host for the morning. My name is Jannatun Naima. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP, a non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already served 3 million knowledge seekers from 100 countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 professions and 4,500 organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP and ISO 9001 2015 10002 2018 is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and shippable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus locations and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we also trying to serve more than 100 premium services for free like create on portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and webinars learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and responsibilities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arranged with qualified trainers, speakers, and instructors. We extend free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliation with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual Mo signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and life and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practiced method. We must have a genuine concern for the learners we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1158 webinars successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1158 webinars successfully. At present, we are going to start our 1159 program, which name is Appreciative Inquiry. And our today's speaker is Josephine Tolentito from Philippines. Before I hand over the stage to ma'am, want to share a very little bit about our speaker. She is from Technology and Livelihood Education teacher, Dollars National High School, uh, organist or coordinator. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, and thank you so much for the introduction, ma'am. So you will be the host for today, and I will be your speaker for today's topic. And thank you for this opportunity to speak again with the Institute of Global Professionals, or IGP. Once again, I will be your speaker for today. So again, I will going to introduce myself. I am Josephine Tolentino and I am speaking again live here in the municipality of Magalang, province of Pampanga in the Philippines. Before I start, allow me to greet my fellow professionals. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. I am currently teaching at Dolores National High School and I'm handling technology and livelihood education for grade 8, exploratory dressmaking, and specialization for grade 10. And I am the music coordinator, organist, or and choir trainer of the Association of St. John Mary Vianney. Today, I am glad to share with you the presentation here of my topic entitled Appreciative Inquiry. Do you see it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Now the stage is you.
Okay, I will proceed now. So
Yes.
for our objectives, at the end of the session, the audience are expected to appreciate everyone in the workplace. It may help people move forward toward a shared vision for the future by engaging others in strategic innovation. And for my topics, what is appreciative inquiry or inquiry, generating a better future, ways to create your future today, and what are the 7 tips to encourage a positive attitudes in students. Of course, let us define first what is appreciative inquiry. But before that, what is appreciative means? What is inquiry means? From the root word appreciate, so let us first define what does appreciate means. So when you say appreciate, it recognize the full worth. If you can recognize the full worth of it, you understand, you acknowledge, you realize, and then you are aware. So that is what we mean by the word appreciate. And for the word inquiry, when the word inquiry, it means an act of asking for information. Like when you have query, or in science, investigation, examination. When you have inquiry, you explore. So that is how we define these two words, appreciate and inquiry. But for the definition, appreciative inquiry focuses on finding the best in people and how they function in their work and everyday life. So, when we focus on the best in the people and how they function in their work and everyday life, through appreciative inquiry, an employer or the students uses the art of asking questions and opinions to strengthen the system as a whole, creating a more positive event and heightening employee potential. Therefore, when we know how to become appreciative, we can make, or what we call, we can produce a great work. Do you agree? Okay. So next, another definition. Appreciative inquiry or AI is a way to engage groups of people in self-determined change. So when you see this image, what is your reflection or what is your interpretation with this picture? So this means as a leader, we need to include our members so that they may feel that they belong. Let each members participate and be heard. So generating a better future. Appreciative inquiry helps build a vision for a better future by using questions to turn the person's attentions to their past, present, and future success. So, when we say questions, these questions generally focus on what the persons enjoys about their surroundings and their current situations. So once the ideas have been identified, the individual can take these positive thoughts to turn toward the future and build a path to success. Since we as people learn from our past mistakes and choices, we can use questions and insights to decide what we can use to make them right choices later. So the key is identifying what works for you and how you can use them to your advantage and to create a better future. Therefore, when we ask questions in a very positive way. Although there are mistakes, what we can say there are mistakes, those mistakes can be used in order to correct it for the future. In order there will be a future successes. Okay. So there are ways to create your future today. Like, first, we have to determine your goal or determine our goal. There are two goals that we have. The short-term goal and then the long-term goal. So whatever goal is that, you still have what we call determine them. First, what you want to achieve and then commit it, what we call or set SMART. So we have, when you say SMART, we have the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Of course, time is very important here in setting the goal. We do not need to set the goal if we lack time because we will not learn if there is no such what we call time. And then, is that goal, if we will going to analyze, is that goal is attainable? And is it relevant? So those are the ways on how we create our future. And Of course, make a plan for them. What is the best way to achieve our goals? Like, write your goal. What goal do you want to achieve? And then set a deadline. As what I have said, there is what we call the time bound. Develop your skill set. Take the first step. Continue to completion and then reward yourself. What will be the reward to yourself? And then the last one here, there are four. These are the four D model. So in order to create our future today. So we identify how appreciative inquiry can affect these goals and plan. So why do we need this appreciative inquiry? Because it inspires and mobilizes us with a move toward energy, which increases as we get closer to the desired future. So when we imagine the future, we are literally propelled toward our future self. And this moment influences our thoughts and intentions and conversations. So next topic, we have engaging people in positive thought. As a teacher or as a professional, as a leader, can we engage all people into a positive thought? Can we change their thought? So these are the questions. Yes, we can say very easy. Yes, we can change their thought into a positive. But how? They say that you cannot please everybody. You cannot please everyone. So for letter A, encourage group discussions. So what is a group discussion? So do you see in this, picture, students and the teacher are together. So when we say group discussion, we need to involve them. So a group discussion is a conversation about a particular group or particular topics where a group of people exchange ideas to achieve their goal. So just like in this picture, so they are sharing thoughts in what they see through the tab that they are looking, or maybe they are discussing in relevant to their topic. Just like in the offices, in our office, we have our group discussion which is relevant to the workplace, to our work. It is, we do not make a discussion which is not related to our job. So when we are inside our workplace, we talk all about our workplace. Definitely yes. But if we, sometimes there are groups that they talk on other matters. And that is what we call, it is not a positive thought. Okay, next, for letter B. So letter B, invite others to share their ideas and opinions. Okay, how do we invite others how do we invite our students if they do not want to participate? What about in our workplace? Because even we are in the same workplace, there are co-workers that do not agree much with our leadership. They do not want to believe because they believe that they are more greater than those who are what we call leaders. So how do we invite? How can we invite? Of course, from letter A, when we engage people, what is the benefits of doing this? Invite, encourage, we increases their interest and engagement. So it is very important to invite these people so that when time comes, they will not be blaming you that when there is a mistakes or some errors in the decision, they will be blaming you because that they were not invited to share their opinions and ideas. And also, in encouraging the group, you have to listen to them. And when you invite them, when you invite them, you can ask them to share their ideas and opinions. So it can foster vision in others and strengthen professional ties. When you share with others, it helps deepen your knowledge and gains what you know. Of course, when we share ideas, our knowledge grows more bigger and better. So new conversations, opportunities can arise just from the gestures, offering even more opportunities to grow. Excuse. And the next, for the third image, make them focus on positive ideas of things and avoid negative praising. Why? Can we turn negative praising into positive side? Yes, of course. Because how can we achieve our goal if we will going to focus on the negative praising or negative side? Of course, if we want to make our engagement in engaging our people, we always try to be on the positive side. So positive side is important because it can have a beneficial impact on both physical and mental well-being. People who maintain a more positive outlook on life cope better with stress, have better immunity, and have a lower risk of premature death. Of course, we always look at the good side. So what happened when we focus on the positive side? Researchers suggest that those who choose to focus on the good adapt, being a stressful situations. And since optimists believe that good events happen more frequently than bad ones, they are able to cope with the better life's challenges. Okay, so do you have a companion in your workplace that they can cope up with with the negative ones? So these are the people who look at the positive side. Once a person or a employees can look at the negative side, definitely he is a he focus more on the positive side. Just like the students sometimes their thoughts are always in the negative thoughts, like if they were late in submitting the project, they will say my teacher will not going to accept it, they will get mad at me, they will going to like this and like that. So how are you going to encourage these students to turn it into a more positive way? Or sometimes they were not able to come to the class in on time because they went to the canteen and then buy something, and then they were late 10 minutes or 5 minutes. They will going to conclude, those students will conclude that my teacher will not going to accept me anymore, that's why I will not enter into his or her class. There are situations like that, but how can we turn these thoughts into a more positive way? So, but sometimes students are the ones who makes their problem. It is not the teacher, because the students judge the teacher easily, that teacher always shouts, teacher always get mad. Because as a teacher, I do not defend myself because I am a teacher. Because as a teacher, you are setting rules to these people. You are training them to follow, to learn how to follow. But sometimes, or most of the times, these students do it frequent. That is no longer to the rule. So they are going out already. So The benefits for us teachers, for us professionals, the benefits of turning positive thought, aside from negative thought, we turn it into positive thought in order for us to have a less stress. And then we say lower levels of distress and pain, greater resistance to illness. Because if we will going to take seriously our the negative thoughts, we will always encounter illnesses, problems in our cardiovascular, and it will not reduce us to sick, but it will cause us to early death. So that is engaging people in a positive thought. So next one, change the person or change the organization. How can we change the person? How can we change the organization? Meaning, if you will just come, oh, that I don't like your face, you will going to change that person. Or I don't like the organization name, I will going to change the organization. Maybe that is not the point on what, this is not what we mean here. When employees take pride in themselves, they also take pride in their company, of course. But if they have negative feelings about where they work, it can show in their productivity. When you change how a person views or thinks about the company and their roles in it, you in turn change the company is perceived as a whole. So definitely, if we are working with negative thoughts in our everyday life, our product will not we will not become productivity. If we insist negative thoughts in our minds, as long as while we are working, we are in our workplace, and then also we cannot we cannot make a good product. So there is always what we call incomplete until you will realize that there is something wrong with what you are doing or with what you have. So when you change how a person view or thinks about the company and their roles, you in turn change how the company is. This is why it is always important with employees to listen to what they say, value their ideas and opinions. That's why there is what we call, you have to have what we call meetings, conversations with them. To the students, if you are a teacher, this really happens. Sometimes you give activity to the students. If the students do not understand what they are doing, they will just going to do the activity but without any understanding, without any love of their work. So it is not good. So if the employees feels as though they are making a contribution to the company and are a part of the master plan, they will feel more inclined to think positively and alter overall view of the organization. With positive and reflective employees, the organization should then become a positive entity and provide a better environment for everyone. So as a leader, as a teacher, we always provide positive environment for everyone so that students will always are interested, will be convinced to enter the classroom every day until they will go home, and then when they are eager to come back again to school, to their classroom, because they see positive environment, happy and then friendly environment, I say. So can we really change a person's behavior? Anyone can make an effort to alter or adjust specific habits or behavior. Even some aspects of altitude and personality can change over time. With some dedicated effort, of course, yet, while people can change, not everyone does. So this is correct. We can change them. We can adjust. Probably we can adjust, alter their habits or behavior. But not everyone does. Okay? Yet, while people can change, not everyone does. How can you tell if someone ever really addressed certain behaviors? Okay, so next slide. Changing the way you think. Okay, we are talking about ourselves. So, of course, when we try to change the way we think, we start with our mindset. What is our mindset? Of course, we think of the positive thoughts. It always starts with our behavior, attitude. Okay, so whatever is your attitude, positive or good, of course, it depends upon what you see around your environment. And then your behavior. If you're in your mindset, you want that everything will be fine, of course, you will set your attitude more positive, and then it will turn into your behavior. Okay? You will be encouraging everyone with respect, everything good. And then, of course, your actions. Okay? Whatever will be your mindset, it will goes to your action. It will come out into your action. Okay, the positive way of saying do it. If your attitude is in the negative set, what will be the actions? Of course, your actions, it is written there, don't do it. But since we are in the positive thought, we say, do it. I can do it. That is the way we think. And of course, through our performance, okay, there is what we call, we can reach the top in our performances, I mean. And of course, at the end, the result is, okay, so we are excellent. So this is the way how we think. We need to change the way we think. So one of the ways to relieve stress and feel better about ourselves is to change the way we think about things in our lives. So this is normal that we experience negative thoughts. Yes. Do you encounter this? Being having a negative thoughts? If you say yes, write it in our comment box. If you say no, write it in our comment box also. Thank you. And having a positive attitudes allow a person to change their own lives because it shows that they have an understanding of their surroundings and feel confident enough to use them to their advantage. It is us, our own self, that we will going to choose what is better for us. No one will be able to dictate what will we have in our mind. Then, of course, maybe if we have the negative thoughts, we are being influenced by others, our friends, our peers, and everybody. That's why you are focusing on the negative side. But if you will have a positive environment, people are work together, you will have the positive environment. So that depends also upon the environment that you are standing for, no? But if we hide behind negative thoughts and allow our environment to make us sad or depressed, we may never drive to reach our goals for ambition. So that will be the effect. This is why we really need to change the way we think into more positive way. So shifting from what is wrong to what is right. There are only two directions, the right and the wrong. So your conscience, according to James Bree, your conscience is what helps you decide whether your actions or impulses are good or bad, right or wrong. So key shifting to our thoughts. Avoid all or nothing thinking decision. A situation only has two sides. We say right and wrong. Realize the difference between being right and being happy. Which side makes you more comfortable? Which side you can more be productive? Which side you can more prosper? Avoid overgeneralizing a situation. Focus on the detail. Okay? Or here, it's not eliminating mistakes, it's holding up a success. So, in our life, we cannot avoid mistakes. Who among us do not commit mistakes? We all commit mistakes or failure. We all commit failures. Being a positive doesn't mean we eliminate mistakes or problems. We just learn to focus on the achievements we reach. Success leads to more. Success leads to more success when we are focused on the positive side. So, a common misconception of people is that being positive or progressive means that they cannot make mistakes nor have faults. No one is perfect, remember, as the saying goes. This, of course, untrue. Mistakes happen all the time, correct? And all they sometimes be prevented. They cannot be stopped altogether. The key is to learn from your mistakes and then focus on the successes that follow them. If you commit mistakes for the first time, then you realize there is something wrong. And then you are able to fix that mistakes. And then the next one, you made that mistakes again, you commit that mistakes again. You try to clear it up, and then you were able to clear that mistakes again. The third time that you will able to commit that mistakes again, meaning there is no learning. You are not learning that time. So, if like that, you have to reflect. You have to think. Why do you commit those mistakes every now and then? This is not an exemption to our students. Our students, they often, first, they did not make the assignment. Second, they will not going to make the assignment. Third, they have so many alibis. But how can you turn these people to teach these people? And then at the end, when grades will show, they fail. That is what we call failure. As we say, being positive doesn't mean we eliminate mistakes or problems. We just learn to focus on the achievements. But just like when a child falls off their bike before learning to ride, we do not focus on how many times they fell. We celebrate when they ride down the sidewalk of their own. Just like my example, if the students goes on like that, keep on doing that, they are not learning. But we need to still do on something so that there we can see a success on them. Being positive doesn't mean to eliminate mistakes. We just learn to focus on our achievements we reach. So these mistakes will what we call our lessons, our guide. Success leads to more success when we are focused on the positive side. So the positive language will affect people's thinking. So using positive language, just like when we say positive, avoid language such as can't or won't. Instead, I can, I will. Reassure yourself and remind yourself of your abilities. Instead, I know or I know I can solve it. Compliment yourself, good job and well done. So these are the 7 tips. First, you have to be a role model. So as a teacher, model a positive, encouraging attitude in all that you say, do, and believe. Because the students see more of you as their great model. Next, create a positive learning space for your environment. Everyone is welcome. Help your students visualize positive outcome for scenario. Because if you will not going to show them that you are always positive in everything that you are doing, their thoughts will also be they will also have their positive output or outcomes. And then, of course, we have the eliminate negative. The next one, I'm your biggest fan. And then, when we say negative, this one, I can't instead, I can, removing the apostrophe T. And then, this one, of course, set up reward system that encourage your possibility, like buying yourself a lipstick. That is one way of rewarding yourself. Since I made better nice speaking engagement today, I congratulate myself. So, or if you were able to convince your students well, I look at the mirror and then reward yourself. Tell yourself that I am a very good teacher. So, as we say, change your thoughts and you can change your world, from Norman Vincent Pitt. And with this quote, appreciation is the highest form of prayer, for it acknowledges the presence of good wherever you shine the light of your thankful thoughts. From Alan Cohen. I would like to thank all of you for attending this webinar about appreciative inquiry. I hope you have learned something today from this webinar, and if you want more of this discussion, you can check this reference from my slide. You want more, and you can access online. Thank you everyone, and please, if you have some more time, help me fill out the evaluation form from the presentation. Our good facilitator here will send the link of the evaluation form. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can
Welcome.
impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you Ren also.
Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am.
Welcome. I'm here.
Dear IDP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box. We are waiting for your question. Question from Flomi. Good day, everyone. Megandong Arong Sabado, Ma'am Josephine at Tolentito. How does appreciative inquiry stress engagement and collegiality? How will I apply appreciative inquiry as a leader? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Flomi, for that questions. For that question pala. How does appreciative inquiry strengthen engagement and collegiality? First, I will going to answer that question and then followed by the next one. How will I apply appreciative inquiry as a leader? Thank you and maraming salamat. I know. So, how does appreciative inquiry strengthen engagement and collegiality? So, this appreciative inquiry strengthen the engagement because the way how you ask questions, the way how you inquire, of course, with that questions, if you listen to your to the people around you, you can strengthen your engagement with them because you learn something from them. It is not a gossip, but you are inquiring with what they are enjoying most with regards to their culture, and then that they can be linked work in their work so that you can align them, because in here once that you are asking question positively, you are unveiling, you are removing the gap between you and your members. So that is why appreciative inquiry strengthen the engagement with the collegiality with the people in the workplace. And then for the next one, how will I apply appreciative inquiry as a leader? Of course, as a leader, we need to, as we say, invite our members, invite the people around us, and then um, join them, include them in the discussion by listening to them, because when they listen, they feel that they are being respect. So when you listen to them, they feel that they belong, they are important. So another is that as long as you are sincere as a leader in you know how to appreciate each one of them. This will always strengthen your engagement to them. So that's all, Sir Flomi. Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you, ma'am. Our
Yes.
another question from Lakshma. Good morning, ma'am. I have one doubt. What is the difference between inquiry and enquiry?
So, good morning, sir. So, you have a doubt what is the difference between inquiry and inquiry. Inquiry, as I have mentioned a while ago, it means to ask questions. Ask, you inquire, you explore, queries. So that is inquiry. That is one. But for this inquiry, uh, I think I have not met. It may be probably the pronunciation. Maybe from for the pronunciation, just like inquiry. So almost the same, but with that word, maybe the spelling, they are just, sir. Thank you, sir. Lakshma.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Leturi. Hi, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation. In what direction should we be going to ensure we get successful outcomes on our next steps?
Thank you, sir, ma'am. And welcome also. Thank you also for the appreciation. Appreciation. Since our topic is appreciative inquiry, thank you also for appreciating my presentation. So your question is, in what direction should we be going to ensure we get successful outcomes on our next steps? It is only you, it is only us, ourselves, who will be successful in our outcomes. If we choose the positive ones, of course, we will get a very good, excellent product or excellent result. This is why you have to move or step starting today. If you want to be a speaker, then you have to start stepping on your place. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box.
Thank you also, Sir Dennis Sarso, for giving us the clarification with the meaning of inquire. Means to seek information in a formal way. Inquire means to ask a general way. Good afternoon.
Dear participants, we are still waiting for your question. Please ask your question in the comment box. Dear participants, please ask your question in the comment box. We are still waiting for your question.
Thank you, Sir Flomi.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. We are all covered our question.
Thank you all. Welcome, ma'am.
Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for your time in ITP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity, along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, IGP. And then see you again next week.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz competition. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process. Today's program name is Appreciative Inquiry and the code is IGP 6034. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. With code, you can claim your certificates anytime. Today's program name is Appreciative Inquiry and the code is IGP 6034. How to claim any certificate? You have to go www.eduigp.com. Then click sign in. Then log in if you are already have an account or create a new account if you are new. Once logged in, click free webinars. Select the webinar title and click continue course. Type the code in your certificate code box. Click Get Your Certificates. It is auto-downloadable in PDF file already. Just check it in your file manager or download folder. Don't forget to leave a review in our Facebook page, website, and in Google. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. After a short video, we will start our online quiz competition. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. You have to go www.slido.com and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. And the code is morning. Please join in slide with code and the code is morning. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, we have 37 people already joined. Please join with www.slido.com and the code is morning. You have to go www.slido.com and the code is morning. After 2 minutes, we will start our online quiz competition. তুই চেঞ্জ কর না আমি তো তোকে এমনি কপি করে দিছি After 1 minute, we will start our online quiz competition. So join quickly. Okay, let's start. Our first question is appreciative inquiry focuses on what is right and how to make it better. Option 2, what is wrong and how to fix it. And the correct answer is what is right and how to make it better. 89% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is Mikhail, second Joel, third Maylin, fourth Jimalin, fifth Jordan. Moving to the second question, appreciative inquiry focuses on what is wrong and how to fix it, what is right and how to make it better. And the correct answer is what is right and how to make it better. 95% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is holding Jordan, second Alex, third Melin, fourth Marfedat, fifth Joel. Moving to the third question, what are the four steps of appreciative inquiry? Discovery, destiny, design, and digestion. Discovery, dream, design, and destiny. Give your correct answer. And the correct answer is discovery, dream, design, and destiny. 68% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is Melin, second Evelyn, third Joel. Moving to the fourth question, why would we use the appreciative inquiry process? To gain attention or option 2, to quell negativity? And the correct answer is to quell negativity. 51% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is holding Flomy, second Joel, third Daryl, fourth Barnasaur, fifth Gemalin. The fifth question is appreciative listening is to entertain yourself or to make the listeners feel emotionally supportive for the speaker. Give your correct answer quickly for holding the first position. And the correct answer is to entertain yourself. Only 3% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is holding Joel, second Flomy, third Daryl, fourth Barnasor, fifth Chimani. Moving to the sixth question, in the solution focused model of coaching, what is appreciative inquiry? Asking about the future, which may have consequences, or asking about the past where they succeed. And the correct answer is asking about the past where they succeeded. 49% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is Flomy, second Barnesor, third Germany. Moving to the seventh question, appreciative inquiry is a specific approach of the model to manage organizational change. Option 1, Lewin's three-step model or organizational development. And the correct answer is organizational development. 59% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is Flamy, second Kipfer, third Daryl, fourth Rosalinda, fifth Aaron. The eighth question is when you chat with a customer enthusiastically and you use appreciative communication, what competency are you showing? Positive, scripting, or efficiency? And the correct answer is positive scripting. 45% people are correct. In the leaderboard, first position is Daryl, second Jordan, third Dennis. The ninth question is it is okay to keep the customer waiting when you don't know what to do yet with the inquiry. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is false. 81% people are correct. The last question is it is okay to keep the customer waiting when you don't know what to do wait with the inquiry. Is it true or false? দুইবারের পরে লিটার বলে দেখেন 9 নাম্বারটি and the correct answer is false. 97% people are correct. In the leaderboard, congratulations, Dark and John 30s. সমস্যা নেই। Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. And after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our official Facebook page and group. And the name is the Institute of Global Professionals. Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of the moment, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, again wants to thanks to all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.